Hello, my name is Tara, and this is ETS-Lindgren. Follow me as we gain knowledge from leading industry experts in audio, medical, filters, chambers, and much, much more. Welcome to Tara's Tech Talks. Welcome to Tara's Tech Talk. We haven't seen you for such a long time, and today we have a new guest join us, Larry Sheridan. So Larry, how about you introduce yourself and let us know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name's Larry Sheridan. I've been with ETS coming up on 10 years now. Prior to that, I've been in EMC since 1997. I worked for a company called Cincinnati Electronics and worked there until 2003, and then in 2004 started a regional sales company in Ohio and Kentucky and parts of Indiana. And during that time, I represented ETS for about 8 years in the field and was basically an application engineer salesperson. And in 2014, I came to work for ETS, so I kind of turned to the dark side and became pretty much the first person to have been a customer, then a salesperson, and now an engineer for the company. And it's been really wonderful being here and doing system design. And now the last several years I've been the primary tile trainer, so I go out in the field and train people on new customers on tile basics and then help with more advanced solutions when needed. So it's been really good and refreshing being here.
Yeah, for sure that you definitely likes our products.
Yeah.
Personally, I know Larry for many years, starting from my early career of starting in the EMC industry. Larry is one of actually my trainer to teach us about EMC fundamentals and knows what you need to know to introduce better introduce our products to our customers. So yeah. So today I think we're here to talk about the upcoming show, the IEEE EMC SIPI Symposium, which is going to be happening in August, right?
Yeah, in Phoenix. Lovely.
So normally we would have different demos, trainings, hosting in our booth, just showcasing what products are available.
Right.
We have many engineers will be doing those demonstrations and and talking to our customers.
Right.
I'm sure you're one of those engineers.
Yes.
So is that something you want to tell our viewers about what to look forward to?
Sure. I don't know that I know every single product that'll be in the booth, but we do have, we'll have demos. My colleague Jack McFadden, who's well known in the industry, he'll be doing some tile demos. He'll be working with a key site receiver. He'll have that in the booth. We'll have Michael Christopher, our software director, will be running what we call the software theater in the back. He'll be showing off vision tracks, audio precision driver that we have that's done some just wonderful things for audio quality and audio breakthrough testing. And he'll also have a camera on hand with a prominent EMC vendor that we're partnering with that will be used to show off vision tracks. And then around the other side of the booth, we'll have some static demos of M-Sense 10, M-Sense 40 probes, some of our EMP filters that we've really, the last several years, have really become a major market for ETS, for data centers and shielded rooms and critical facilities use these filters. So we'll have information about that. Obviously, everyone's aware that we make 3, 5, and 10 meter chambers and shielded rooms and medical. There will be information about that. And then probably the single biggest kind of square footage demo that we'll have, I'll actually be handling this year, and it'll be a reverberation demo centered around a new standard, which is an automotive standard, ISO 11451-5. There's a new Annex G, that allows for a completely different approach to the testing, and we're going to be demoing that live. We'll have a live demo of that, and we're hoping to really get some traction there.
So you mentioned the ISO 11451-5 demo. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that involves and what it is?
Well, it's an important annex. The test standard is about reverb immunity testing, but the different annexes clarify test methods, and then also a couple of them offer alternative test methods.
Okay.
And Annex G is the newest one, and it allows, in reverb, there's basically 3 steps in the chamber. There's the cal that you do when you first build the chamber. You really only need to do that if something physical changes in the chamber.
Sure.
Then there's the load test, which you put your device in. In the case of automotive, it's generally a vehicle or a really large subsystem of a vehicle.
Sure.
And then there's the test phase. Well, during the load test, you're establishing what's the quality of the signal in the chamber, what are the levels. Then you move to the test phase. And with the older methods, you had to do these things 1 probe position at a time.
Oh, really?
Times 8 positions. So
Wow.
doing one band, doing that manually, it could take you a day and a half to do a load test of 1 band.
Yeah.
Well, now Annex G allows you to just have probes in, high-speed probes in at all 8 corners, put the device in, and at each individual frequency, run a high-speed load test, then turn the signal up and the modulation on and run the test all at the same time.
Wow.
So you can shave, you can basically take 1/6 to 1/8 the total time to run these tests and still be following the standard.
Wow.
And that's what we're wanting to show off. We've got several customers in several different countries that want to see this, and we've prioritized showing it in Phoenix first, but I expect to be busy in the fall showing it to several people.
Yeah. So that's a major, time saver.
It's
for testing.
it's really. It is. It's significant. It is a really significant update to the standard, and it can be an incredible time saver for automotive customers.
Yeah, it's definitely a more efficient way to test, right?
Right. And the other thing to remember about reverb is it started out back in the early 90s as a concept in the aerospace industry.
Right.
Billy Martin and Nigel Carter kind of started it. And then as it became more and more prevalent in aircraft, automotive adopted it and tried it. So this could be enough of a paradigm shift that it could lead to people wanting to test aerospace products this quickly too.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about it.
Oh, wow. So you mentioned about Vision Tracks. What is that?
So that's our video product. We've had it for several years, but in the last couple of years, it's really gained a lot of traction, particularly in Europe, but with domestically, we're picking up too. And basically what it does is it allows you to take a video area and with one camera, divide that area up into regions. We can do 4, 8, 16 regions. So you could actually look at a dash gauge cluster or an avionics instrument panel and focus on several different parts of that image and have a channel for each one. And so, for example, one channel could be a blinking LED.
Yeah.
And if the blink rate changes, you need to know that. So if it blinks at 1 hertz and suddenly it starts blinking at 4 hertz, it'll give you an alarm. It could be a color change of an LED. It would detect that. We have optical character recognition, OCR. And then there's just several different ways that you can monitor the pixel content of the image, and if it changes in a way that you define, you can set those parameters and you can grab the video. And it's a standalone product. You don't have to have Tile to use it. We've integrated it with other products, but if you do integrate it with Tile, you can have a video, a 4K video with a timestamp, the amplitude of the signal you were hitting the device with and the frequency that you were at, and take a 10-second clip around that point and have it. So it's a really remarkable piece of software.
Yeah.
It's really remarkable.
That's a really smart way to run your testing more efficiently.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you can run a 2 or 3 hour test that you would normally have a tech sitting there staring at the screen, and you can replace it with a camera that can detect a faster change in the video than the human eye can anyway.
Yeah.
Why would you not do that?
Right. Let the technology work for you, right?
Exactly.
So just to help our viewers to better understand this technology, say I run a lab. What's the usual way how I can better utilize this Vision Tracks?
Well, you would prioritize it, I think, if you did any long duration immunity testing.
Okay.
You know, or any really high energy immunity testing, like
Sure.
aerospace places that do lightning tests. Yeah, it can pick up changes in the display, like avionics companies have to do low-level lightning tests on their displays.
Yeah.
And they're allowed several different categories. You know, if the thing distorts by a certain percentage but recovers immediately, that's a pass. If it blanks for less than a second but recovers accurately, that's a pass. If it does another thing and then doesn't recover, that's a fail. And it's not, you don't have to have it be a human making that decision real time. The camera can do that for you.
Wow.
And if you're doing a long-term test, like people who've done, CS114 bulk current injection, that test, depending on your dwell times in your device, can last 3 hours. Who wants to stand there? Who wants to sit and just stare at a screen for 3 hours?
Yeah, that's a lengthy testing.
Your camera can take over for you and really get you the data that you need.
So coming back to the IEEE EMC SIPI Symposium, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of visitors to the ETS-Lindgren booth, as usual. What can they expect?
Well, they can just expect us to be there and ready to help them out. I mean, we're going to have data sheets for everything. We're going to have this reverb demo that we're going to do. It's going to be remarkable. It's going to be a must-see.
Yeah.
We're going to actually have a small amplifier, a small chamber. We're going to have 2 tuners running inside. We're going to have all 8 probes in there, and we're going to be running ISO 11451-5 live. Yeah. And it's going to be there. People can see the software. They can see the product. It's really going to be a remarkable demo, and I think it'll drive some traffic.
Yeah.
So it'll be good to see everybody.
We're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you so much, Larry.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's very informative, and it's always good to learn more from you. And would love to have you, more attending our sessions more often, and just tell us more about EMC.
Well, hopefully we can do a little update from the show.
Yeah,
so That'll be great.
For sure.
So
thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thanks.